All right, so I was driving down the road just doing a test drive on this new vehicle I bought. However, there was a lot of shakiness and noises. So look at this. Side to side, it's not that bad, but definitely. So the problem with this is, first I thought it's my differential, but it's not. So it's not the axle, it's not the links, it's actually the freaking damn wheel bearing. So what we're gonna have to do, we're gonna have to pick everything apart. However, first thing I'm gonna do to try to make everything easier for me, just get the whole freaking hub assembly. That way I can just unbolt the links at the rear end and then just install the new kit, and then that will eliminate all the problem. Or I can make it more painful and try to press out the wheel bearing, pressing the new hub and assembly, which is so much painful. I'd rather go with the whole assembly and then make it easy for myself and install the whole hub. All right, stay tuned for more video. All right, welcome back, guys. So I removed the wheel, pulled the brake caliper aside. It was 10 mm bolts, one up and down. I have the brake caliper sitting on the side. However, now the next thing what we're gonna do, so the main thing, again, please remember what we're working on is I have a wheel bearing issue. Is the right rear passenger side rear wheel bearing, and while I was driving down the road, wheel was making a lot of noises and feel like unsecured. So once I got home after doing a test drive, I see it's really wobbly. Okay, now let me show you. Let me remove this rotor out of the way so you can see. Okay, you shouldn't be doing that. Okay, so instead of replacing the wheel bearing, I'm going to replace the whole wheel knuckle. Okay, and in order to do that, you're gonna need 36 mm socket to remove the axle nut, and also you're gonna need 18 mm wrench or socket and 21 mm socket to remove the nut over here for the upper control arm, and then lower control arm has 18 plus 21. So you're gonna need 18 mm socket and 18 mm wrench, and this toe link right here is gonna need 18 mm socket or whatever wrench to remove this nut. Okay, so the way it works is, first thing first, loosen up, not take it out all the way, or loosen up, and then you want to release your XL, okay, which I did already. So you're gonna loosen up this, the what you call the brake shoe pin over here. You're gonna loosen it up, and then you remove this pin, adjuster pin. It will give you leverage so you can remove your brake shoes. Once you remove your brake shoes, this emergency brake right here, you have to push this out to the back. Okay, once you push this out to the back, then everything will come out very easily. Again, the upper control arm nut right here, 18 mm, and then 21 mm socket. And here you're gonna need the lower control arm, gonna need 21 and 18 as well to hold it from each side, and 18 mm socket over here to loosen this bottom nut. Once we get all this sorted out, you pull everything out, and then the whole knuckle will come release, and we will continue to replace the part. Okay, stay tuned, I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I have removed the brake shoes. As again, you loosen up those pins, which is this right here. You take this adjuster pin out, then there's a spring which is holding these two brake shoes together. You remove them, and then of course, the spring right here. So you will see a collar pin like this, which is holding with this brake shoe holder. And then once you have that removed, your brake shoes will come out, and the brake cable is right here. Like I said, I pushed it out through there. As you can see, it's very easy. Once you push them out, I'll set them aside. I'll just, you know, kind of push it away. Now, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna remove this all the way, otherwise it's gonna just fall somewhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and start removing the upper control arm nut, 18 millimeter and 21 millimeter. So then the lower one right here, that's 18, and here is also 18, which is right here. Okay, that's the nut. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start removing that. Once we remove it, we're gonna loosen it up, take everything out, the whole knuckle, take the whole assembly out. Then we're going to go ahead and start installing the new one. All right, stay tuned, please. All right, guys, so I took everything out, took everything apart. Here's the bad wheel bearing. And hopefully you can see the play. The amount of play is in that thing is crazy. See that? All right, time to go ahead and install the new part. All right, stay tuned. I'll be right back. All right, guys, so here's the comparison of the old part and new part. So here's the kit I got, the whole new knuckle right here. As you can see, brand new, awesome. It also came with the nut for the XL, which is great, you know, great quality products, awesome. And as you can see, everything looks good. So we're gonna go ahead and install this new rear wheel right side, the passenger side knuckle back on. All right, stay tuned. I'm gonna go ahead. So first thing first, what we're gonna have to do, I'm gonna go ahead and put this, I'm gonna slide the nut, the bolt here, so that would hold the position from the bottom. Then we're going to run this new, the XL through the hub assembly and put the nut on it for the XL. Then I'm gonna go ahead and connect this and from the bottom, and that the rest would be just the top, what you call the ball joint. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and get that going. All right, stay tuned for me. I'm sorry I cannot show you everything while I'm working with one hand and, you know, installing that. So I'm gonna have to install, you know, run the, like I said, I'm gonna install and run the bolt at the bottom here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and show you everything what I have done step by step. So please stay tuned, give us a thumbs up, like and subscribe as well. I'll be right back. All right, guys, just wanted to show you. So I hooked it up with the bolt over here, so it's gonna hold the what you call the knuckle. Now I'm gonna go ahead and slide in the XL into the wheel hub right here. And once I slide this through, of course, I'm gonna put the nut on so it will hold it. Then the last thing would be, of course, sliding this upper ball joint and then the lower one. And then we should be good to go. Then the rest would be just installing the brake pads back on and brake caliper back on, and we should be good to go. I hope this video helped you. Give us a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and I look forward to making more videos for you so we can help you out saving more money. Thank you. Stay tuned. There's still more to come. All right, guys, so since we have installed this successfully without any problem, now the other issue that I discovered, we have, let's say there's what you call the sway bar link. When I try to slide this in, let me just adjust that. Oops. Right here, it's kind of loose. Okay, Even though when I put the bolt in it with the nut, I try to tighten them up and it's still coming loose and it slides right out. What I discovered, then I had to order new part just to see the comparison, if I'm wrong or if it need a new part, what happened, is it because of the worn. So when I got the new part right here, which is identical, okay, and I try to slide this in here, this hole where the ball joint's supposed to slide into, it's pretty tight. So I'm gonna have to use the what you call the shingle in here to open the mouth a little bit so it can slide in easily, and it will have a very nice tight grip on this ball joint. And then from top I will slide the bolt, the locking bolt, which came including this part right here. This is the brand new bolt with the nut right here, the locking nut, and the original style bolt. Okay, so just in case if you run into a problem where you got the knuckle assembly and when you try to slide this sway bar link, or the suspension, and it's you can see it's kind of loose, and even though you put the slide in the locking bolt and then it's still coming loose, it's not because the knuckle is bad, it's because the ball joint has a lot of wear. That's why it's kind of like loosen up, and you're gonna have to get the replacement. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on uninstalling this. Probably I'm gonna need 17 or 21 mm, what you call the wrench, and then loosen that up, take that out, take the measurements, do the counts, how many turns it takes, and then slide the new one into there clockwise with the same amount of turns, lock it in with the locking pin, and then slide the new boot in there, the ball joint in there, and then tighten them up. So I'm gonna need both of my hand because I need to go ahead and start loosening this up right there. That's the locking nut right up there, and count the turns, how many turns it takes coming out, and then I will repeat the process of installing back in. And definitely gonna need some alignment afterwards. Okay, keep that in mind. You're gonna need alignment because we're replacing this sway bar, the rear suspension link. And once we do that, it should be all good to go. I hope you understand what I'm saying. If you run into this problem or you find that the ball joint is kind of loose while you try and slide this in, and thinking like, oh, maybe it's a wrong part or wrong nickel I did order. No, that's not the case. The majority of the time it has a lot of wear here, and it's a metal, so it's kind of you can see the difference. The one I ordered looks a lot thicker versus the one already there, existing one. So definitely there's a lot of wear on this ball joint, and we're gonna go ahead and take this out, install the new one. Stay tuned, I'll be right back. All right guys, so I took this link out and apparently it was 22 mm, the nut up there. Okay, so you're gonna need 22 mm, and the one behind it on the other side, which is holding them up right there, you can see the other one, that is 19 mm. Okay, so you're gonna need 19 mm and 22 mm wrench or sockets. Anyway, for here you're gonna need the wrench anyway. So I loosened it up and taken that out, and turn by turn I counted, it took 12 turns, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna repeat the method and put this back in there with the 12 turns, and then you see the locking nut right there, already placed it. Then I'm gonna go ahead, get them aligned, and then lock this locking nut, then tie it up all the way. Okay, stay tuned. All right guys, so just wanted to show you the new sway bar link, or the rear link is installed. It's all tightened up, secured. Axle nut is tight all the way. Upper ball joint is good. Control arm you can call whatever. The rear one at the bottom one is already tightened up, which is 18 and 21 right here. Okay. The only thing left for me is now just to bring this what you call this cable, the emergency brake cable, out. What the hell, where's this stuck to? All right, anyway, I will get this out. So we bring it back from this slot right here, which is a rubber right behind here. See that? So we push it through here, it will come out from here, and one gonna go sit on this, the other one gonna sit on that, and then we're gonna put the wheel back on and be good to go. I hope you like this video. Give us a thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and we look forward to making more videos so you can save money. All right, thank you. Bye.